Well, the customer approached us to actually bring an army of people into their facility. They have a very large facility. This was actually a purpose-built application for one specific customer. And they approached us to bring in an army of people and to determine the available capacity in their very large data center environment. How much free space was there, not only on the floor tiles, but also within the cabinets, and to try to get within 10% of what the available space was. Instead, we decided that there had to be a better way to collect this information than through a manual clipboard type of process. While we were all for selling services to this customer, what we didn't want to do was to do something that we couldn't record systemically and then be able to report on and manipulate data with. So we had to develop an application to actually audit their environment. And that's what Build a Cab turned out to be. The problem the customer faced was they had a 350,000 square foot data center facility with a very dynamic environment, equipment moving in, equipment moving out constantly. And while they kept good track of the equipment moving in and moving out, they were never quite sure where it was in the building. And so they were never really positive as to how much available capacity they had at any given moment. And it was very important for them to understand that. The application initially was designed to collect capacity information. We called it Build a Cab because that's essentially what you do with the application. You build a cabinet while standing in front of it. You virtually build a cabinet with all of the devices that you might use in that cabinet, such as servers, network gear, power equipment, storage equipment, and then free space or consumed space for other devices in that cabinet. The application actually allows you to drag and drop different devices of different sizes in the cabinet to build a graphical representation of an actual cabinet that you might be standing in front of. For our purposes, we need to be able to create that graphical representation of actual cabinets in our customers' data center environments.
So the application itself, it's worked on HTML5, which makes it very portable. So you can use it on multiple devices, iOS devices, Android, even your laptop. It's just a web application that sits behind a SQL database. The SQL database itself can then be exported to any tool that uses SQL, including DSIM solutions. So the application itself can then work to your advantage as part of an extension of your DSIM solution overall.
Build a Cab was designed based on the requirements of that specific data collection project. And from there, we continued to add features as the customer wanted to add more information to be collected. And so not only did we get within 10% of the available space that they had, that they wanted us to, the consumption, but we actually got to 100% of the available space reported, and we're able to add on other attributes such as serial numbers, make, model, device types, unusable spaces, and then we were able to actually feed other upstream DSIM, data center information management tools, with the data that we collected through our auditing portion of Build a Cab. The benefit to enterprise data center environments is the tool's ability to report on asset information, such as age, for instance. An environment may have multiple servers that are all starting to either expire on service contracts or maybe are starting to bump up against a refresh cycle and need to be replaced. The tool allows you to collect this data and then report it back to your environment in any way that you might need to sort the data, such as by age of asset, as well as by type of asset.
One of the major benefits of this is anybody who manages a data center can now make decisions about their costs. Power, space, cooling in a data center is huge. Having this tool, you can quickly visualize as to how you can consolidate. You can use that data to kind of mock what your data center will look like. Using the app, you save a lot of time and you can use less resources. So you save money in the long run, right? You don't need as many people anymore. You don't need as much time anymore. You can literally inventory a data center within a day.
WEI app development is designing tools to solve customer-specific problems. These are typically unique problems for which an off-the-shelf software package won't solve. We're understanding what our customers' problems are and then designing tools to solve those problems or to complement other tools that they have in their environment today.